Alright, I was debating on whether making this video, but about a month ago Dustin and Blake had a contest to giveaway video wanting people to show off their YouTube binders, meaning that this is the stuff that they've given or little bits and pieces they've saved from people in the YouTube community. Now, I do not have very many stickers. That's one thing a lot of people in their videos were showing were stickers. Somebody reminded me to do this video. It was Troy from TTM Autograph, or whatever you want to call his channel. I can't the exact name there, but that's close enough. Dustin and Blake, there's only 1 or 2 days. The 19th, that's tomorrow, I believe, that this video needs to be in. So I'll show you what I have currently and how I put it together. And I've done this in several videos for things like this, or just for whatever reason. Some people have watched the video and other people have just ignored it. So let's get into this. These are things that are not always YouTube stuff, but this is going into the binder here, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, return from an envelope, so I want to keep that and throw that in there. And I don't have any rhyme or reason, it just has to get in there. Let's just use my wallpaper here. You can't see where it says 10,000 lakes there. This is a picture of a license plate I think I got at an antique store in Minnesota. I think I was all of $4 or $5 into that. It was not very much. And it would look like it had been literally used very little. This is from 73, I don't remember. I have a better picture of, oh yes, 73 right there. But anyway, I'll just show you. These are the new pages that are going in, and thankfully I have a low quality camera, so you won't be able to really identify people's addresses here. But here's one that says, thanks for so much for your entering my giveaway, for all your support. Keep being a superstar, your pal Scott. Superstore, yeah, that was a show. Superstar Scott. So there's a Scott Reindeer Studios one there, and this is from Miles out of Canada. You know him as Milo, trading cards. So there's that fun little stickery thing there. Somebody else had said something about sorry about how my autograph was signed. So a lot of TTM stuff gets in there, and addresses from different famous people. That's why I leave the address spot blank, because I get all kinds of cool little things there. Here's a note that I just taped in here. So sometimes these are taped, but most of the time they're glue sticked in there. It was some sort of somebody bowling. They told me where the best place to bowl was, and best of luck. So that was a little note that got in there. And I take these cardboard sheets here, because I get those as packing, and I punch holes in them, and I just put all my stuff in there. And this is going to be a new binder one of these days, because I used this, because that's what I had at the time. I used what I had. Put all kinds of, stickers of any kinds. I don't know what any of that stuff is, but I picked that up somewhere. And then I added all kinds of stuff. There's the old shuffle trades right there. And then somebody says be good. I think Isaac told me to be good. And then we've got all kinds of, I think this is ttmautograph.com, always hoping for a giant mail day. And again, Sean Hewitt, Jeremy Daniels autograph there. Some of these guys you will not recognize because they were the first incarnation or the second incarnation of YouTube. There's something from the MLB. That was probably Rob Manfred baseball, and I just saved that address there. And all kinds of other things here. If you see your address and you don't want it on camera, I'll just try to. I have lots and lots of stuff here. You will not be able to read any of this. Cards people gave me, I think Byron gave me those cards there. All kinds of different celebrities. A lot of these people are deceased now, but that's how I keep all the addresses, all the corners there. Because if it's their little sticker or their own handwriting, sometimes these are technically another autograph here. James Johnson has moved. There's something from the Los Angeles Dodgers, so that was a fan pack there. I don't get care package or fan packs very often, and I think it's because the YouTube, contact area is gone, and so people don't get back to me. Somebody gave me this Joaquin Benoit. It's in a penny sleeve or something like that. I don't know who gave me Joaquin Benoit, but I had no want for it, so I stuck it in there. And all I had was chocolate tape at the time, so chocolate tape. There's the Mangini collection stuck in there with chocolate tape. And I've just put random stickers that I had no use for, you know, Curious George, the man in the yellow suit or hat or whatever it is. And then these are some, you know, stamps that I used. I thought that was really neat. There's some of the kind of, saved some of the fun stamps there. There's a weird ticket stub. I think Leon Russell signed a ticket stub there, but where do I put it? Some more crazy addresses. Sometimes I save the entire envelope, which I think is kind of neat there. I don't know where that is, but then there's another Jeremy Daniels custom up there to look like a 59 tops. This page is falling out of here. You can see what happens, you know, when you're really... Stacy Schaefer, I don't even know if I remember, Double S, that was his channel at one time. I think he ended up as the Blu-ray Jedi, and I sent him an S note card there. It's one of those, you know, tab cards there. And he says, go Ducks. Oops. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Go Ducks, and it's, you know, he was a big Ducks fan, and I'm an Oregon State fan, so that was our little rivalry there, as tiny it is. There's the Presidential Tourist. He's just another YouTuber that gave me a card there. He used to do cards there. There's the Mangini collection. Let's see, we got all kinds of, I have one of these zippered pouches here. It's open right now. So lots of letters and things that people gifted me. Notes and letters. Again, very little stickers. That's what people do all these days. So you can see some of this stuff is super ancient here. Super ancient there. And again, we got a couple other pages here. And then what I do for everything else here, I don't have it right now, but I've got a monster box, one of those banker's boxes full of postcards. So I send all kinds of notes to people throughout the year, or send, you know, requests or all kinds of things, and a lot of times those go in care packages. You know, when you have something like here's a good smattering of postcards right here. I'm just going through postcard heck right now, and I've offered people free postcards, and usually I get one person. I'm not offering any free ones right now, so don't ask. I'm just kidding. But anyway, just crazy tons of postcards that will eventually be repurposed and used for different projects there. And again, all kinds of gifts and things there's stuff that people have sent me over the years that's too big for my YouTube binder. But that's the kind of stuff that I'll use or write a note on that of some kind. This one here is just a Amsterdam postcard from Holland or whatever, but that'll get repurposed and used and say, dear so thank you for entering this, or thank you for being a fan of the channel, or here's some cards you requested, or this is what you wanted, so and so and so forth. So, but I just don't have the room anymore to keep stuff from people. So there's going to be kind of probably like a stopping point to where I keep saving stuff for people. If I show it in the video, I just say, well, I can't send it to you unless I have your address and I know who you are, where you are. So eventually there'll be a stopping point where I just, you know, have to get stuff out, recycle it, throw it away, get rid of it, you know, donate it, that sort of thing. But again, this binder, I mean, I don't do tons of correspondence, but that's just only a fraction of my 11 plus year YouTube run or whatever, just tiny. And I need a bigger binder, but I don't really want to mess with this. What I'm going to do is leave most of the old stuff in this one here and create a new one. Oh boy, a new binder. But again, these pages get kind of full here, but that's what I want to do because they don't rip. You know, they don't rip or get damaged. You know, some of these are not, again, they're not all YouTube stuff that gets in here. Just a handy place to store this stuff here. Hopefully when I knocked over the camera you didn't see too much of the dirty floor. These are more recent people. Carolyn West Oglesby, Ed and Dorothy Hobaugh, Dick Duff, Gary Player, John Tribe, and there's some of the old ones that were just on the bottom of boxes too, so some of a couple older ones there. And again, things like this just need to go in here. Now that might go in my NASA binder. Why do I save that? I'm not exactly sure, but it just proves that I got something from NASA. So if somebody sees my collection, it's like, well, where did this come from? It's like, oh, well, he must have got something from NASA, so there's some kind of authenticity to go with that. So I think what I'll do is I'll take another binder slightly larger than this one and start a new one there. it's not something I can show very much of because it's got everybody's personal information in that, and most of it is out of date. So and again, I try my best because people said please don't show my address on camera, and I try to respect their wishes there. But that's just only a fraction of that stuff. I have probably a good 10 boxes. I'm trying to go through 1 or 2 boxes every day, and it is not going very well. When you misplace your iPhone, I just had it like 2 days ago. I came back from town, and I was double checking the time, and then I came in here, zipped in here, got in here late, and had to get my dinner in the oven and all that fun stuff, and carry in a number of boxes, and I misplaced my phone. So that's why I'm having to go through all this stuff, and that's why I'm making this video here. So I hope everybody got something out of that. I'm sorry I just don't have everything in order here, but again, this is the way I do it. I throw it on cardboard sheets, and thank you for watching.